Darling, sorry it took me so long, but I think I managed to get everything on your list. Throat lozenges, tissues, pain reliever, that special tea that you requested. Like I said, whatever was on the list, I bought the lot. Darling, you here?
There you are. Tucked up in bed still. Hello. Mm. I know I'm not supposed to kiss you, but can't I even get a hello? What? What's the gesturing mean? Oh, your throat? Your voice. You've lost your voice, darling. Okay, okay. Well, I've picked up the honey. Um, so I'll just brew you a tea here right now, okay? With extra honey. In the meantime, throat lozenge? Hopefully that'll help with the soreness. Did I get the correct flavour? You like this one? No, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to speak. You just nod or shake, okay? Okay, good. How are you doing? Are you hungry? I can warm up some soup as well for you. Nice and soothing on the throat. No? Shaking your head? Okay. Have you eaten anything? Well, you should eat something. Give your body some fuel to combat. Your stomach hurts? Are you nauseous at all? Okay. May I? Okay. Is it tender if I touch just here? No? Darling, your stomach just growled so loud. Yeah. You definitely need to eat something. Warm soup will do your throat and stomach so much good. And then you can have the tea. Soup du jour coming up. Can I get you anything else? Would you like another blanket? You want to be burritoed up? No? Okay, no worries. I'm sorry that you don't feel well. When I bring the soup back in with the tea, how about we watch a film or something? Take your mind off it. No? You've been watching TV all day? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, how are you feeling? Do you think you could take a nap? No? Okay. Yeah. I know, it's rough when you're sick. You need to have something to distract you, but everything's limited, and being bored can make it feel even worse. Okay, well, we could. Oh, why are you gesturing? You're opening a book? Okay. Do you want me to read to you? Ah, okay. Well, I I suppose if that's what you want, then that's what I'll do. Yes, okay. well, I'll get started on the soup, and you can choose a book. I'll be right back. Alright, my dear. Soup is served. Do you need any help sitting up? No? You got it? Alright, well, take your time, alright? Nice and comfortable. Okay, lovely. Well, I've got this tray here to make things easier. And there we are. I tasted it a bit to make sure that it's not too hot. But be careful with the spoon, just in case. Alright? Yeah, is that okay? Good, okay. You've chosen a book, I see. Okay. Do you need anything else before the entertainment? Your tea is just here. No? Alright. Okay, it looks like you've got part way through this already. Do you want me to start over, or no? Continue from the bookmark? Okay, we'll do. Right. Is this one of your special books? Oh no, you know what kind of book I mean. Is there some sort of vampire in this story? No? A werewolf? Or a ghost? Hey, careful, you choke on your soup. So none of those. Okay, then what's it about? Oh, right. Okay, right, write it down here. Girl meets boy story. Slice of life. Okay, well that sounds wholesome. Okay. Yeah, I'll read from where you left off. Let's see. Chloe turned and rushed for the door. She moved so quickly, she'd not seen the person walk in, and they slammed into each other. Chloe stumbled back, knocking over the table which held a large crystal vase filled with exotic flowers. The vase smashed into pieces, and water spilled all over the floor. You all right? A stunned male voice asked. Are you kicking your feet? Why? Okay, is this the romantic lead? Okay, so you've read all the backstory and build up waiting for this white knight to appear, and now, when the heroes showed up, you're having me read it aloud to you. I see. I think I've become the victim of a scheme. No? It's not a very convincing headshake, darling. No, you're writing. Safe for work. Okay. So there's romance in this? Yeah, I believe that. Sweetheart. Hey, no, not the pout. Alright. But the first sign of these characters being caught in a sudden thunderstorm or overt declarations of love after knowing each other for 5 seconds, I'm done, okay? Okay. Chloe lay still on the floor. She heard the voice, but couldn't see who it belonged to. Her long hair had fallen across her face, and every part of her body touched the floor was wet. Yes. From the broken flower vase. It's alright. No details have been nullified. I'll continue. She hoped the moisture she felt was just the water from the vase, and not blood from cuts from the shards of glass. She lifted her hand slowly and brushed her hair aside. "Are you hurt?" he asked, concerned. Chloe looked up and saw who the voice belonged to. He had jet black hair that hung straight yet shaggy. His body was lean and elegant. He knelt over her and removed his sunglasses. His eyes were the most beautiful emerald green. And his face, even though it was furrowed with concern, it was gorgeous. So heartbreakingly handsome it took her breath away. "Are you hurt?" he repeated. She blinked, coming out of her trance. "You're Trent Mitchell," she breathed. Trent pressed his lips together, suppressing a laugh. He slid his hand under her shoulder and propped her up into a sitting position. "You think you can make it to the couch?" he asked. Chloe nodded as he helped her to her feet. Carefully he led her to the couch and she sat down. "Here, rest a moment." She adjusted her clothes self-consciously as Trent sat across from her in an overstuffed leather armchair. She glanced at the ruins of glass and water. "I'm so sorry, I'll... Trent held up his hand and shook his head. "The maid'll take care of it," he assured. "I don't know if I like this guy." "Oh, come on. The maid will take care of it. What kind of dismissive, overprivileged thing is that to say? Who does he think he is?" Okay, fine." Chloe nervously attempted to smooth out her tangled, dripping hair. "So, any cuts?" he wondered. "Broken bones?" Chloe didn't feel any pain other than the agony of embarrassment, but a quick self-assessment just to be sure. She shook her head. He smiled and took a relieved breath. "Do you mind if I ask you who you are and why you're here?" "I'm Chloe, and I was just dropping off an envelope." "Envelope?" he asked curiously. She pointed to the mess. He stood and retrieved the dripping paper. "This envelope here?" Again, Chloe nodded. He sat back in his chair and blotted at it with a pocket square he pulled from his blazer. "What's in it?" he asked. "A photo I was hoping to get signed." He looked at her and raised an eyebrow. "So you are an intruding fan." Chloe began to argue, but then noticed his torn shirt. "What happened to you?" Jen looked at his torn sleeve with indifference. Some admirers were lined up outside the press conference. They got a little excited. "Jeez," she breathed. "I don't see how you can act shocked with your little recon mission. What was your name again?" "Chloe." "Chloe," he nodded. He opened the envelope and pulled out a small wall poster of the band. "He's a pop star? Darling. I'm done. No, I know there was no rain or thunder, but honestly, I'm not reading normal girl celebrity rubbish to you." "Another note for me?" "Oh, well, I'm not reading that out loud either." Baby folding your arms. "If you want to read this on your own time, then be my guest, but I'm not especially keen on hearing the lurid adventures of a fictitious, spoiled musician and an everyday person who's going to end up heartbroken." "You think things will work out between them?" "How's that soup coming along?" Well, good job. Almost all gone. How's the stomach? Thumbs up. Okay. Alright, well, I'll keep reading to the end of this chapter and then see if I can warm up your tea. Yeah? Maybe, let me see. Where were we? He opened the envelope and pulled out a small wall poster of the band. The ink was running, and the photo itself was all but ruined. He chuckled to himself. Did you print this out at home? No. Well, somebody did. I bought it in the parking lot after the concert. Bootleg merchandise? You realize that's illegal? Look, she huffed. I went to the official band website. It told me to ask for an autograph, and I did that. But that was over 6 months ago, and I never got a response. And so, you decided to break into our hotel suite. No, I heard what hotel you were in from one of the local radio stations. She took a breath. I planned on leaving the envelope with the front desk. I figured I could get it delivered to you along with any messages or mail, but the clerk wouldn't do it. I was on my way out of the lobby when I overheard what room you were in. Trent crossed his arms, allowing her story to unfold. All I wanted to do was leave the envelope by the door, but then it was open, so I just set it on the table, and then we ran into each other. He finished. Yeah. Pre-addressed and stamped. He nodded approvingly. Good thinking. You just have to sign it and drop it in the mail. It's for my sister. She loves you guys. I wanted to give it to her for her birthday. I didn't mean any harm, I swear. You don't need to call security. Trent gave her a cool, steely look of appraisal and inspected the envelope further. You even provided a Sharpie. Just wanted to make it easy. She shrugged. He sighed, a heavy sigh, and shook his head. Well, you seem harmless enough. For a crazed fan, that is. My sister's the fan. You're not the fan? Chloe blushed. Yeah, I like the band too. But you're not a crazed fan. You're a crazed sister. I guess so, she muttered. Could you stop calling me crazy, though? What's your sister's name? Lisa. I can show you a picture. Chloe pulled out her phone and plopped herself down next to him. She swiped through her gallery, displaying multitudes of her younger sister and herself. The smiling face is a testament to their strong bond. How old is she? 16. I bet Josh is her favourite. He smirked, name-checking the youngest member of the boy band. Yeah. How old are you? He wondered. 25, same as you. Trent chuckled, then whispered, Actually, I'm 27. She looked at him, confused. I know on all of our profiles and interviews I'm on record as being 25, but why would you lie? Record companies, idea. They want me to be as young as possible for as long as possible. You think I look 25? Of course, Chloe scoffed. You look amazing. He smiled, pausing for a moment before speaking again. You did say you were a fan. Yes, she answered cautiously. And you were at the concert last night? A smile broke across Chloe's face as she launched into her answer with glee. You're gonna make me read all this? Okay. Oh my gosh, it was so great. My sister and I, We were there and it was awesome. We had so much fun. My sister especially. She dressed in all black and I did the eyeliner. You know, like Josh sometimes does. Not that he'd ever see us. Our seats were so far back. Anyway, you guys were on fire. So much energy, and of course you all sounded amazing. Oh, and the falsettos. Wow. Trent smiled at her enthusiasm. So, the show met your expectations? Uh-huh. She nodded. Good. Chloe's elation began to dwindle as he continued to stare at her. Sorry, she muttered. For what? He asked, confused. I didn't mean to scare you. He laughed loudly in response. You didn't scare me, Chloe. I like your passion. It's contagious. In a good way. Chloe smiled, running her hand through her hair. You're soaked. And I'm getting your couch all wet. That's not my couch, he shrugged. You done with your soup? Okay, good job. We've got more where that came from. So, let me know when you feel peckish again, okay? He stood and walked to the cabinet that had several bottles of alcohol and ornately cut crystal drinking glasses. Care for a drink? He offered. She shook her head. Do you drink? He asked. Yes, I drove here, and he nodded in appreciation of her responsibility. Have plans tonight? Yes? What's up, Ty? You waving at me for something? Okay, yeah, you sleepy? Yeah, feel free to take a nap. I suppose I can keep reading. Just get to the end of the chapter, and you can close your eyes and I'll clear everything away. Let you get your rest. Excuse me? She asked. He explained, the guys and I, in a band, we have to go to this party the record company is having. It's at the House of Blues. The one here? This one downtown? Oh, it's a really nice one. It's a lot of fun murals and a windy staircase down to the performance area. You've been before then? Yeah. Would you like to go again tonight as my guest? Chloe froze. Her body and limbs locked where she sat. Trent, across the room, sat on the edge of the coffee table, locking eyes with her. Hello? He asked with a hint of concern. Sorry, she exhaled. It sounded like you just asked me to go with you to a party at the House of Blues. I did. Chloe narrowed her eyes, suspicious. Was this all a fever dream? Would she wake up at any moment? Really? Me? Trent smiled, relishing the reaction his proposal was inciting. Yes, really. I think having you around is good for my ego. And that's the end of the chapter. So, I'm imagining at the start of the novel it explains Chloe's home life, or does it focus on the glitz and glamour of Trent's? I guess you are really ready for that nap. And I know that you don't want me to catch a cold, but one little kiss on the forehead wouldn't hurt anyone. I love you, sweetheart. I'll be your book boyfriend anytime you ask. Just gonna leave the book here and clear away the rest of this to the kitchen. I'll make sure that by the time you wake, I have your tea ready.